everyone. I'm back and I'll try to make this a regular thing again. So, you know, greetings to all of you. Shout out to the replay gang and those of you who are in the clouds. Um, this is Kev, and this is a black man being brutally honest. You know, it should represent us as a collective, but we've been taking some body blows lately, and this is what this show in particular is about. Someone who has taken a few body blows and, dealing with these women. Um, I'll just say this, rich guys aren't untouchable. They're not. But, at the same time, it's the same shit that always happens. The breaking down and assassination of a black man's character. And this time it's Shannon Sharp. I've been saying this for a while. Um, for us as black men, we have to tread lightly, whether we like it or not. We can't be those media bad boys, slinging wang everywhere. And, especially, in certain other parts of other races or whatever. And, I'm not here to dick police. I make videos about people who do that. But, and I'm also not here to, just berate Shannon Sharp. He I'll just explain it. But I mean, it's certain things that I want to get off my chest. But let me shout out Phil Bradley. What's good? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. See, but Phil Bradley is always here. If I come back in 3 days or 3 weeks, I can always depend on that person right there. So he just understands that he is appreciated here in the channel. All right. Yeah. So also, while we wait on some more people to get here, or for you that is in the clouds already watching, hey, we gonna do this anyway. But for those of you that haven't done this yet, no news podcast, what's good? If you are considering it, and I know I have to earn this from you. I am not entitled to you paying $2.99 a month just to be a member here. I mean, I have to convince you that it's a good idea. I can tell you that's a good idea, and I'm telling you that it could be a good kind of investment for you. But I do understand that in order for me to get that commitment from you, I have to be committed as well. This can't be a one-way thing. So if and when anyone decides to, if they want to become a member, then that's fine. If not, then hey, yeah, it is all good. Your viewership and your likes and your participation in the live chat and comments, those are all appreciated. And understand this as a live streaming channel. I know I have to address this too. As a live streaming channel, I did let certain things go awry. Like as far as the topics I take full accountability for, but for any of those shows in the past that have gone like off the rails, I'm not apologizing to anyone in particular. It's just that with the viewing audience, it's like sometimes I just let it go in that direction. I am a person that feels as if we're going to talk about accountability, then we have to be consciously aware of how we look on our own. No matter how much I try to tell you or try to convince you on how certain things look, you're gonna, you know, is always for some reason a case of him and her can't learn. So not really putting my energy into that anymore. So um Pep Prepper 101, what's good? Good to see you. See, salute to you as well. Yeah, we're here to talk about the hypocritical matriarchy of blackness in America. It's just a perspective piece, but I'll be using some, what's been going on lately, and a lot. This Shannon Sharp thing is a huge mess. So, all right. So let me go to a. Let's see. Let's get on point here. There we go. Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp. ESPN correspondent, retired athlete, millionaire. Yeah, and as Petey Pablo would say, freaky leak. He is the sneaky link, as they say. Not. I don't know. It is what it is. If those words mean something else to you, just knew meant it in the most heterosexual of senses. I would say. Um, yeah, man, got himself in a ton of shit, and I mean, these guys being public figures, like I said, I don't know why him can't learn. I mean, shoot. Is it a bad look for black men? If you perceive it as being a bad look for black men, I don't think it's a bad look for Kev. I mean, shoot. I mean, go dig up your nose and pick a winner. That's the closest you're gonna get. But um, just should black men should we be more conscious about how we move about? Yeah, sure, awesome, great. Yeah, we should be more careful. We should uh we 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 should know that when we step outside into that world that we are looked at a certain way. I personally don't give a fuck because it's with me, I know people's minds are made up. I'm not trying to impress anyone. Um I should be up here to impress people, to being a YouTube live streamer at this point. I do make videos, by the way. I dropped a couple videos and I got a couple more videos. So please check out my videos. Please check out my shorts if you're watching. Uh yeah. So and No News Podcast said they're trying to discourage the rest of us from getting money and jumping ship. This is all they got since they're losing. Yeah. So anyway, oh yeah, yeah, just a couple things. Yeah, like I said, I am aware of a couple of things that was possibly setting this channel back, and part of growth is, realizing that you might have done certain things a little too much. Like I don't want this to be a place of beefs or anything like that. And like I said, I'm not apologizing to anyone, but I realize where I fell short at. So yeah, this will be more like live stream. Just keep in mind that anybody new that comes here to this channel, they want to hear about the topic, and I'll be conscious of that as well. So for any panelists, if I decide to open up the panel, you will have to stick to the topic. I will remind you again. Also for live stream chat people, nothing is going to be pushed on you, but a suggestion I do have is that if you at any point say facts, Kev, in the chat, please point to what fact I stated, because usually I just talk and I don't look at the chat sometimes and I won't remember. I am very interactive with the chat, whether you agree or disagree. I do not consider myself an echo chamber per se, but people aren't going to come in here saying crazy shit either. So take that how you want, but we are allowed to agree or disagree. But for people saying crazy out the way shit, like making fun of dead people, or trying to put people addresses in the chat, I want you guys to block that person immediately. I do not want bullshit like that here. One mistake I made in the Facebook group that led to this YouTube channel is um just one mistake I did make was not shoot, I don't know, I guess interjecting myself too much. So everything can be just up to you. It's up to you to watch. It's up to you to donate. I just understand that as a content creator, I am not entitled to anything. But if If I'm interested enough to watch, I appreciate it. I'll just say that much. Let's just have a good time with this. You know, and yeah, I do have a few videos coming up. You know, it's just they might be deemed a little hostile, but this is coming from Kev. This is I want you to understand that this is not coming from a particular space of people. This is one person, and this is the person who facilitates this channel right here. So, okay, so let's get on with the topic. Shannon Sharp, Shannon Sharp, Shannon Sharp. Okay, all right. So he is in a $50 million lawsuit. $50 million. He's not even worth $50 million. He's worth $14 million because of an OnlyFans check. OnlyFans. I mean, like you hear this commentary about a lot of people, saying stuff like if you know they would call like Unc should have got somebody his age, or he's old enough to be a grandpa. Why is he fooling with this person at this age? The person that is in question, that is the accuser, is 20 years old. People have been thrown around. They've been going as low as 17, which we know 17 isn't cool if you're a 56-year-old man. And that's based on a moral standpoint. On a legal standpoint, in some states is okay. Not saying that I agree with it, not saying that I'm going to agree with, old ass men sleeping with women that young. But keep in mind, of a world of several billion people, disclaimer, I do not condone such behavior, but it happens. And it's a shame. And you know what? This is one of the reasons why I got a daughter video coming up, because people want to be flipping about and it's more than one person. It's not several people. Yeah, it's several people. It's more than one person. It's not just one person. When I make this video, even though I ran across something, I mean, people ask me, Kev, you got a daughter. What would you do with her if your daughter bring home a 56-year-old man? And my answer to that is this: if my daughter old enough, she's granted that she's old enough to date at this time. So, people are kind of sick. I can't really be thinking like that. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, okay, she is of age. She brings home a 56-year-old man. If she brings home to me a 56-year-old man, it is too late. What the fuck are you guys talking about? It is too late, and I have failed as a dad. So, hey, you know what? I guess I'll go ahead and start, by that time, firing up weed again. Like, what the fuck do y'all want me to say? I should be shaming this old man for being an old celebrity? Yeah, let's talk about celebrity for a second before y'all talk about, oh man, he trying to justify tricking and all that other shit. Celebrity, bro. He's a celebrity. Nobody fucks for free in celebrity land. Go to point me to the celebrity that fucks for free. And guess what? I got that bridge in Nova Scotia that I can sell you for 1 Mexican peso. You have lost your rabbit ass mind if you think you can get on a moral high horse for people who are multimillionaires. And I asked myself a question the other day, and and I had to realize the sad truth. If guys in the space with millionaires, would they be just like Shannon Sharp? I'm afraid so. They'll be trying to hit up some OnlyFans chick. I got you now. Like I mean, shit, bro. They don't forget. They forget the mistakes of the past made by other men. These men be getting sued left and right. They think that they're the exceptions. Shannon Sharp, he must have been watching Vince McMahon or something. And it does seem like this behavior is quite regular, but with celebrities. I mean, it'd be different if Shannon Sharp was this nigga you knew in high school and he was a manager at the local Starbucks, and he took his, I don't know how much baristas make, but let's just say, let me throw $500 every 2 weeks, and he pays $250 for some titties. Yes, that's tricking. Yeah, and yes, it is tricking if you got it. But those are celebrities. They do way crazier shit than that. They be sliding down snow-capped mountains butt naked with lotion, and that's a sick fucking thought. But hey, they do all kinds of wild shit that normal people like you and me don't do. I mean, shit. That's just what it is. They're crazy. Like I ain't gonna say they crazy people. They just have more money than is available to someone who can't do no shit like that or have tried it and killed themselves. Like this is the kind of world you live in. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked that a single man will hit up somebody on a website for some reason and you know I don't know what they say, as they say, pay to play or something like that. Shit doesn't shock me at all. What are you guys thinking? I mean, we some of you guys got that roundaway girl, that big back chick that you can go over there and just drink a couple of Bud Lights and tap just like that, and it only costs you like one Bud Light and the weed that you took over there. It's different for people like Shannon Sharp, but it's also different for these high priced chicks too. I mean, shit. Why is anybody defending this Gabriel Zuniga? Yeah, that's that Gabriella Zuniga. Let me Barry Little. What's good? See you down there. Look at this real quick. Let's see. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, they tearing them up. They are tearing them up. Sure. Why? I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not whining. Oh, why are they doing this to us black men? Nobody likes us. Duh. I'm just gonna say, we're always gonna be treated like people that should be used to this, and I'm just one of the ones that's used to it. So that's why we got to move carefully. See, the reason why I say this for me is because I got a family. I don't want to say something that's so crazy that it affects them, but I mean, shit's already happened, but shoot, I just don't want it to happen anymore. Shoot. I mean, this was years ago. It's nothing recent. So people, trying to do the Sherlock Holmes, you calm that shit down. Yeah, they tearing them up in the media. Yeah. Okay. This is his. It said. The headline reads: Shannon Sharp sexual assault lawsuit is Gabriella Zuniga because she's suing a nigga for $50 million, being judged for her job instead of her work. Man, shut up. I don't. I mean, okay. Look, the victims of sexual assault and the things that are worse than that. For anyone, you know, women, children, and in many cases, but not really talked about, men as well. You know, is not something that is easy to talk about. You have to tiptoe very carefully with stuff like this, and nobody is saying that you know any like the way the feminists speak and the liberal media speaks, like we're condoning activity like this against women because that's what it is. No, we don't condone that here. Okay. And for whatever reason, because it's the right thing, but at the same time when it's extortion, like why are you not trying to put this man in prison? I just want $50 million. Get that already smell fishy right there already. So I've established 2 points. Number one, celebrities play by a different rule set. We can't tell motherfuckers with millions of dollars what to do. We can't get on a moral high horse with people like that. Not telling you how to feel or what your opinion should be. If you think he's some type of dirty old man, then hey, that is your freedom to do so. What I'm saying is, it's like this is one of those fuck it situations right here. I'm not talking about, her if she feels victimized some kind of way. I mean, the whole basis of OnlyFans is like online. Let's just say what it is. It's online prostitution. So any of these people, if the pro athletes are catching L's with the white women that they screwed around with for the past 10 years since college, or people like Brittany Renner and Mariah Mills, and people like that. Um, listen, shoot, Shannon Sharp, man, is for real. Yeah, he made some. First, I heard of Shannon Sharp, like basically, he was playing and he made some comment like back about 20 years ago, saying that football was the real deal. It's no script. Yeah, he's always been a controversial guy. He unfiltered, straight from the hip. This man is probably, ESPN's lifeblood besides Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, probably it's Stephen A. Smith, then Shannon Sharp. If you disagree, let me know in the live chat. Which is why, um, which is why he shouldn't be. And I'm not telling him. I'm not dick police, and I'm not telling a man what to do with himself. But should he have been wiser? Now, if it is happening to any of us, we should have been the wiser. You know, that comes with a level of shame. Yeah, and it's kind of tough to explain, but for people to be all judgy and on a high horse, your problem with Shannon Sharp ain't the fact that he was spending money, although that personal ethic for yourself is okay to have. Tricking is something that is taboo in the black community anyway amongst the men. If you play enough, you ought to be able to at least, splack some hams just using a Big Mac meal from McDonald's. I mean, shit. We ain't supposed to play to play. We supposed to talk to him, but he's a celebrity. Ain't nobody fucking for free in celebrity land. I don't care how you put it. Revelator, spirit of indifference, rather. Yes, he said, you don't see the rest on the replay. You're welcoming me back. Yeah, man. She just had to, just take a breather for a second and refresh. It's like when you do it as often as I did, you kind of just like blah. When you're trying to do, and many people probably say, man, you ain't doing that much. I mean, sure. I mean, I have a problem with talking to people I know in Walmart. So yeah, I am doing a lot. But back on they're treating her like a child. No, she does not deserve to be treated like a fucking child. Hold on one second. Her, her, that one right there. That one right there. That gets us in trouble every time. And she could be Asian, she could be brown, she could be a sister, right? For real though. Hey, sisters out there who's all judgmental about Shannon Sharp, inbox a guy a picture of you doing what she's doing on the right and see how quick those responses come back. Hey, that's what it is. Look, and I implore brothers, don't fall victim. If you running across a chick on OnlyFans, which is what are you doing on OnlyFans anyway? Like you said, man, it is a very taboo, very bass backwards thing to be doing that with your money to the cool, calm, collected, and prioritized black man. Some black men I do understand they justify tricking, and there's one YouTuber in particular that says it all the time. Yeah, I be tricking my money off. But I don't represent that over here. Just because these guys are in a space doesn't mean that we all share this uni mind. But yeah, this is what got Shannon Sharp in trouble. This is what will get a lot of you guys in trouble if you had the money yourself. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you guys were millionaires, you'd be with this shit too. I want to take care of you, girl. And I'm not quit. Like, I'm not saying somebody like a Revelator would do that shit. I'm saying Revelator's a smart guy. No news podcast as well. Shit. But some of y'all will get $1,000 and I'm just, yeah, but I ain't gonna do too much of that because people in this space they do that all to black men in this space all the time. I always have something critical to say. Yeah, but I do believe that if some of you were millionaires, you'd be a Shannon Sharp. You know, one way or the other, she's gonna be at this table, and I got this stacks of cash, and I'm gonna be like, look, I got a cookbook over there. I need you to study, and I'm gonna like, you get the idea. But yeah, but it doesn't get any better for Shannon Sharp. I get it. Yeah. So second accuser. Not gonna say that R word right there. Shannon Sharp accused of raping second woman, threatening to ruin her in separate lawsuit. Would I pretty much say that this man set up a bunch of women to be opportunistic toward him now because he took them on shopping sprees, select weekends, and they thought it was supposed to keep going, and he said, "Go ahead, bitch." Is this what happened? I mean, no, I'm not victim blaming, but Michelle Bundy Evans, who allegedly dated the sports commentator for nearly a decade, filed a lawsuit. Man, see, I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe that shit already. To me, that's like a Cassie situation. I mean, for real, it's just that they had this wild, freaky sex with these millionaires, and then when the honeypot runs out, then they just want to talk about you know, not just whatever. Oh boy, like she doesn't know what yeah, like oh yeah, the whole age thing. People rolling back the age all over social media. I don't want y'all falling for that shit. And then like there's a lot of dudes that they're like, I'm a father of daughters and shit. You know, I would be mad if there's no way I'll let them I'll let them bring home a 55-year-old man. I'll just like I said, if he's already at the door, it's too late. You're just looking for like let me tell you something. There's a lot of guys out there looking to be the new Derrick Jackson. Even Derrick Jackson want to be the new Derrick Jackson. Shoot, black men, you ain't got a chance if you do some stupid shit out there. And let me tell you something. I've survived some stupid shit in my life, but if you do some stupid shit, just understand what's coming. If they do that to the famous guys, shit, what they gonna do to you? Shannon Sharp. Boy, shoot, let's see. But am I gonna be super judgmental of Shannon Sharp? No, I'm not. Happen to any of you guys. Shoot, should it have been smarter? Yeah. Should have used the power of his pimping because he's a celebrity, like some of you are implying. The outspoken introvert says girl dads are cool with their sons bringing home older women. Yeah, I don't have a son, so I can't relate. All I can say is this: I'm not some secret agent for the gynocracy. People like that on some stupid shit. But since she's here, yeah. So Shannon Sharp accused. Yeah, okay, yeah. This is some stuff. But yeah, let's speak for a second. Let's speak about the hypocrisy. Let's speak about that. One second. Yeah, let's speak about the hypocrisy here for a minute. This is something I've been saying lately in other parts of social media, like Threads. Threads is such a nothing app, yet you can get a following on it. I mean, I don't know. I had a couple posts pop, but anyway, yeah, it's a lot of shit going around social media, like comparing The Shannon Sharp situation to the Trace Ellis Ross situation, and really, I believe these two situations were put up because of what they did with the student loan. If you are behind on your student loan payments, you better go ahead and make plans to start catching that stuff up because that shit resumes like I think the first week in May. And just so people won't be so heated about it, I guess they put this in your way. But conspiracy theories are neither here nor there. So this situation was compared to the interview that Tracy Ellis Ross did, implying, well, not implying anything. She said it straight up that, she dates younger guys in their 20s because the guys her age are uh, basically full of toxic masculinity. Okay, so stupid shit on top of stupid shit. Uh, there's a feel right there. What's good? Um, I don't know. It sounds like the worst excuse in the world. Just say you like younger guys. Like all that sounds like to me is that older guys don't, or guys your age don't want to deal with you. I mean, think about the projected reason of, the many people that have said the reason, and they're trying to, like in the Shannon Sharp case of this, that saying that the only reason why they date younger is they can have someone that they can control, like the younger guy with mommy issues. That's pretty much her target, I guess. But yeah. Look at it. It said toxic masculinity. I can't run my BS on them. No, yeah, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. She can't do the same goofy shit, but I guess it's none of my business or, until they make something public, right? Why Tracy Ellis Ross has gone this long. I mean, but I saw it back in the day, but I thought it would be fixed by now. I'm talking about like mid 2000s, like 2004, 2005. I was like, what's wrong with this bitch? Oh man. Sower C was good. Shoot. Then I saw this episode of Girlfriends. I never really watched Girlfriends. Let me hold on a second. I ain't put these slides up here for nothing. Just just what my kind of show. I kind of missed a slew of sitcoms that played in the mid 2000s, like Girlfriends, The Hughleys, My Wife and Kids. Shoot, them kind of shows. I didn't watch them. I don't know why. I just didn't never catch up with me. But I mean, I did the few times I laid my eyes on Girlfriends. I was just like, yeah, this is like a chick show. This is a show that's more female centric. Is not like Living Single had a balance, somewhat of a balance. Yeah, it did lean, but Girlfriends was heavily leaned. But yeah, Black Pearl was good. Was good. Um, yeah, but there was this one episode like with Tracy Ellis Ross's character. She was dating a guy that made less money than her. And her attitude was fucked up. And I said to myself, that's not acting. That's not acting at all. And here we are in 2025 making excuses. If you're gonna date somebody, just fucking date them. Same thing y'all say about these black guys who ain't really checking for y'all, but y'all say it anyway. Oh, they put down black women. They don't need to be worried. Just date who you want to date. Yeah. Since celebrities ain't excluded from y'all moral high horses like Shannon Sharp, because I don't feel sorry for that girl. She sold her OnlyFans on that shit that she complaining about. She looking for a come up. Hold on one second. But yeah, yeah, but yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross is full of shit. But I'm not here to tell her what she be doing, what she should be doing. I'm not here to tell her that she's a grown ass woman, but yeah, when you choose to share this with the general public, just like I said with famous people, people already hate the fact that, many of us come up here and, share our thoughts on certain topics such as politics and such. They think that for some reason that we are influencing people to think a certain way. So when people like Tracy Ellis Ross says what she says, then it just feeds into the narrative of, men bad. But they're going to leave her alone. One of the reasons why I would say Shannon Sharp is getting dragged so hard because this just happened. There's not too many ways you could spin it. It's like me, I guess I was always taught in my family that I can't get too old without, settling down, having some kids, you know what I'm saying? Well, getting married first. Because that's what I'm not saying what everybody tells everyone else. I'm just saying what was told to me. Get married first. Shoot. That's at least the way I was taught, that I'll get a certain age. And a lot of people have been saying this about Shannon Sharp. Again, celebrity, millionaire. This guy's had all kinds of round the world exotic pussy, They're gonna be writing this about his memoirs in a book or some shit one day. But you gotta pay attention to the issue. Females extorting men for money just based on sex. And then you previously had Tracy Ellis Ross happen before this. But ain't don't nobody care about Tracy Ellis Ross. Nobody cares. Especially not in this community, not in American society, not in the black coat, not in the black so-called black community, not here. It does not matter. Tracy Ellis Ross can sleep at night. She will never be investigated for some comments on a podcast with who? Michelle Obama. Detroit 313. Was good. Yeah. She will never ever ever face any type of social consequence. I mean, you got people talking on the internet about it. You got people, with people like me who have our opinion on it, but at the end of the day, how much does it really matter? She will never receive any punishment for saying any of that weird shit. The first thing you get from ninjas is, man, you would fuck her, man. I'll fuck her. How we always try to impress ourselves by saying all the ways that we'll have sex with certain famous women. That's ninjas right there. Well, I'll fuck her. No, nobody's no. What if I don't care if you're old enough, you can go at any age you want. But hey, there's a consequence for everything. I don't give a damn about, a person who is an adult, and with the age gap stuff. As long as you feel good about it, I don't care. I'm not here to judge you. Shit fucked up anyway. There's other shit to worry about. But if you're gonna apply those rules to Shannon Sharp, you should apply those rules to Tracy Ellis Ross. If you want to base it on race, no, not race. If you want to base it on age, race, with most of those people who you are comparing these situations, Trace Ellis Ross is considered a black woman because of Diana Ross, her mother. And that is very plausible that people have that mindset because we live in a matriarchy. Not to say that I give up my position to anyone, and I don't bow to every black woman I see in public. Oh God, you are the mother of the earth. What shall I do? Watch me kneel in front of my wife and child, you know, at another woman completely. No, that ain't right. That's not gonna happen. I'm not saying a matriarchy in the sense that I bow to anyone. I'm just saying matriarchy in the sense that most of the people that you're surrounded with, mentally, emotionally, women are their superiors. And that group includes men and women. So Trace Ellis Ross is going to get a pass. Does that make black people look kind of fucked up? That is up to you. Because you might have that mindset. Is it a mindset I'm comfortable with? No, it's not a fair mindset, but life isn't fair. Again, black men, you have to carry yourself a certain way. I'm not saying that I am here to judge you. What I'm saying is the rest of the world will. And you can tell by this situation. Can you imagine Shannon Sharp and Tracy Ellis? AI already imagined it. See, that I guess that's how they're supposed to look. But have your opinion on whether that'll work or not. Personally, I'm willing to bet against it based on what's happening right now. Now Shannon Sharp gets dragged into hell for having a relationship with white women, 19-year-old, while Michelle Obama and Trace Ellis Ross get to degrading men about toxic masculinity, and they get praised. Yeah, because we know how it is, bro. The thought of many of us going against the matriarchy, going against the grain of the narrative, like look how it is for brothers coming up to doing podcasts and talking about this stuff. Shoot, we are seen as whiners and crybabies. They say we're misogynists, we're sexist, we hate women. Everybody hates that a black man does a podcast, a live stream, anything on YouTube, but it's the opposite for them. They can do anything, especially people of the stature of, uh, you know, those two. And I'm not saying they should get away with it. I'm not saying they should get away with it. And I can sit up here and talk about it all day, but the mindset, the reversing of that mindset starts with us. There are plenty of insufferable people out there with this mindset. If she was 25 and up, doesn't matter. I mean, the context you're presenting. If she was 25 and married an NBA player, she wouldn't be black to them. I bet. Yeah. Is she like, y'all ain't getting past? I'm not getting past the OnlyFans part. It's like that's a firm decision right there. But I get what you're saying. I mean, the fact that she white is the one thing that we're worried the most about. And when I say we, I'm talking about the general public and the people I've seen talking about this. They're let me show you a couple of, people say they don't care. We don't care who you date. That's bullshit. Let me see. Yep, yep. There's a couple posts. This is people not caring. This is B Dubs not caring. This is black folks not caring. Get you a snow bunny. Snow bunnies for life. Yep. Shannon Sharp, Jonathan Majors. Yeah, I got a Jonathan Majors video coming, so look out for that. I do videos too. So Christian Omaselli, they won't let that go. Christian Omaselli is from Africa. so I don't relate to Christian Omaselli. You know, he got what he got. He got killed by his white girlfriend who he thought white women was better. That's what happened to Christian Obaselli. You know, is to many people that was poetic. So Troy 313, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, he said somehow black men hate black women, but black men are more married than black women. But black women have higher divorce rate than it. Oh man, you asked for a fight saying that, but it's kept under the rug. Yeah, it's kept under the rug. You asked for a fight with that one though. Oh man, they will argue you down. Let me just say, don't go to Facebook. Facebook is this blue pill. That's that color. It is, you know, their logo is. Man, one of these is off Facebook. The other one is off of Threads. You know, Threads was supposed to be Mark Zuckerberg's answer to Twitter, but you know, Twitter is now X, and people are still on Twitter X or whatever. But there's a lot of people on Thread too, and one thing I say about Threads is, you know, once you get into the algorithm, there's a lot of gender banging, a lot of little feminists. I even saw Feminista Jones up there, but you know, I'm not. Obsidian wore that name out like a mofo, so yeah, I'm just, you know, framing a picture for you. But yeah, you know how they always say they don't care. Look at the caption: "Get you a snow bunnies for life." All these men were bested by their preferences. Alexa, play In the Arms of a Becky. Now you can't see that little photo up there in the top left hand corner of the screenshot to the right, but yes, she has a big back. And it's usually those types that they keep up this little gender battle or whatever. I just wish that a lot of dudes just stop arguing with these women, bro. I mean, I know that that's the narrative, and I know that most of the time it be, you know, them arguing with you, but man, shoot, man, y'all got to think of these bitches as somebody ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got nothing else to do with themselves but sit up on social media all day looking for a fucking fight. Typing man graphs. What the fuck? Shoot. But when they say they don't care who black men date, yes, they do. That's bullshit. That's a bullshit. But of course, you're in a matriarchy. You as a black man are expected to stick with black women. Black women can do whatever they want. They can. It's just what it is. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm saying that's what it is. And it's hypocritical. And you're allowed to say that it's hypocritical. You are allowed to. Shoot. And Shannon Sharp and Jonathan Majors is going to be punished socially forever. Forever for dating white. Even though Jonathan Majors is now married to one of the prettiest women in Hollywood, Megan Good. Shoot. Niggas be saying, man, Megan Good hit the wall. Cap. Thy capeth. Let's see. I ain't read this. Now it's empowerment for black women to go after younger men, but this name passport bros for going overseas get called because they want to be wanted by 100% of the men. I don't care if 100% of black women want a white man, a black man or a white man. Date who you want. Date who, go where you're appreciated. That's black men and black women. Go where you're appreciated. But all this flack these gentlemen are catching is because they dated outside of their race. Another super chat from Detroit 313. I appreciate it, bro. It's rare that black men and white women get extorted on black men. Many times, very often, black men, women are on a daily basis putting black. Yeah, yeah, that's the get child support. Oh yeah, because I'm saying if equality is what they're seeking, let men have equal rights as far as like family court. They never have an answer for that, or they answer you with insults. You're not holding men accountable. Okay, well, they always talk about that men aren't holding men accountable. Number one, that's bullshit. And number two, the laws of government hold men accountable every day. If men weren't being held accountable, they wouldn't be paying child support. They wouldn't be put on blast like Shannon Sharp and Jonathan Majors and basically just for dating white women. Because you're supposed, if you are a black man in America, your community makes sure you stick with the black woman or else. And and look, you can date who you want to date. How many times I gotta tell you this? I don't care if black women date outside the race, get married outside the race. But I tell you what though, I'm really sick and tired of this fucking black card y'all give white folks. I'll explain that. Let's see. Chaos Rain, what's good? Yes, it is me. I saw that. Is that you, Kevin? Like, what are you talking about? Would I sound different? Hey, Kev, you sound different. I mean, dude, I can't really magnify my voice. People in the house are sleeping. Shoot, my daughter has school tomorrow. They want control. Yeah, they want 100%. It's just like this. I don't care how many Derek Jacksons, how many how many Yada Awakening, how many Ace Metaphors are out there. How many of these like middle-aged niggas that want a virtue signal just to pad their social media followers. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many of those guys exist. I don't care how many simps exist. That one Kevin Samuels will always be their excuse. They want complete control. It's as small a channel as I am. Shit, it is like if I have one or two people listening, they're mad. Shoot. Yeah, there's no outrage on Janet Jackson to extort some money out of it. Nah, they consider that come up. Get that money, girl. On period, poo. Like that's yeah. They can do that. They can do that. I mean, especially when, like I said, one of their favorite things that I've observed is that when a famous athlete marries a white woman, she divorces him and takes half. They post about that. Next post, we don't care who black men date. Shoot. And I'm not trying to keep no gender tension up. I'm just saying what I see. People don't want me to believe my lying eyes. Like, it's just what it is. After they had that baby, yeah. It's not seen as that. How you put it is not as seen. It's not going to be seen as that. Let me tell you something, and people can get mad all they want, and I'm not saying that it should not happen. But when you have some terrible minded bitch come on social media and lie on black men and say that we don't protect black women, that is a lie. We protect black women. We protect black women physically. We protect black women emotionally, and we keep from saying certain things. We protect them. Yes, we do. We protect the hell out of them. Yet we'll never get the credit for it. And one Kevin Samuels. That's why a lot of you guys be mad at the man I just mentioned. And I'm not, deriding anything like that. I mean, I'm just saying there's too much evidence out there, to not use such a potent example. Shoot. This is why I'm glad Trump is in office now. LOL. Like I said, like this situation blew up because they about to start making everybody repay their student loans. This is the play they do every time something like, or it's something else, or it's something else they try to cover up. How y'all think that this is how a lot of these politicians became millionaires? They always put shit in, the media to distract you from the decisions they make on Capitol Hill. Student loan effect coming May the 5th to garnish their lifestyle. Oh yeah. Shoot. Like I said, I'm one of them people too, man. Shit. Hey, I'm not saying they're gonna garnish me, but I'm saying it's just like since Biden was like, okay, y'all can kind of wait to make these payments. You like start them payments up. Shit. Gotta make sure I'm on top of that shit. Cause that government is coming. Ray Hummer, the Hummer Force was good. Yeah, but this is the true hypocrisy of this entire thing. I don't think, it's because they're white. It's because of the white women. It's because these brothers mess with the white women. It is an offense in the black community. It is an offense on the black community if a black man dates a white woman. Especially if he gets taken for, like, as far as his resources and his money, and especially if the white woman end up killing him. Oh boy, that is a finger wagging. Like they're finger wagging black men now. How dare you niggas fool with them white women? Y'all still haven't learned. Our men. I see that a lot. Our men haven't learned their lesson yet. I said, damn, you really think you own you really think you own black men's dating choices? Shit. If we got first act, I've said in the past, if black men, if you got first access to black men and it somehow didn't work out and he decided to go somewhere else, it ain't really hit. I mean, shoot, let me, yeah, this is it. But here's the hypocrisy. Okay, yeah. Here's one dude. Oh yeah, this is a big back. Yeah, this is a female. Yeah,
Man, that's a female.
yeah. It says, I don't care about what race the girl is. Yeah, that means you immediately care. But a 56-year-old man messing with a 19-year-old girl is nasty and trifling. Shannon Sharp, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh boy. I think a lot of women just mad because it wasn't them. For real, for real. Hey, they think Monique and Cat Williams are prophets. Yeah. Nah. See, if they thought that, they would have stopped wearing bonnets in public when Monique said stop wearing bonnets in public. Remember that? Remember when Monique went on social media and said what a bad idea it was for women to wear bonnets in public, and then like the bonnets exploded, and then you even had some dudes wearing bonnets in a social media stream talking about yeah, we just supporting our sisters wearing these bonnets. Like what? You don't need to do that, bro. Shoot. I mean, I got one cut out on my the video I made about Michelle Obama. See, that's why y'all should be checking out my videos and just like I've had like 4 videos put up in the past like 2-3 months, which is not really a good frequency. Yeah, but yeah, check those videos out. Yeah, man. So that now it, and then with Cat Williams, like they act like they ain't talking about Cat Williams when he didn't get put in their head locked by that middle school kid. Man, it was shit. Like Cat Williams was on some fucked up shit then. But I mean, I'm not here to, I mean, I like Cat Williams. I think he's cool. He's been saying some stuff like he's been kind of virtue signaling himself lately. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Maybe that's the fate of the old nigga. It's like the older we get, the more simpier you get. And I know we got some old niggas that's fighting against that within the space, I would say. But you know what I'm saying? There's like a couple of them cool. The other one, I mean, I don't know, just in fucking la la land. But anyway, yeah, now they listen to Monique. This is why why they fake as hell. I mean, like they tripled down on that bonnet shit when she said it. And Monique tried to warn him. Monique tried to warn him. I was like, sure, go right ahead. Let's not remember what happened that time, she says. Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. This is Trina Braxton right here. No, one of the Braxton sisters. Think she owned or she did own a little restaurant concept in Gwinnett County, Georgia. Yeah. And she says this. Sha- Shannon Sharp. Yes, that's Trina Braxton. That is Tony Braxton's sister. That's Tamar Braxton's sister. Shannon Sharp had so many other choices that were better than the $50 million mediocre Snow Bunny little girl SMH. How you 54? Fucking a teenager SMH. Oh, Jesus. 20. She's 20 years old. I know people want to roll it back to 19. People want to roll it back even further to 17 just to sound bad. Tasha K said that Shannon Sharp was 60 plus. 56 ain't 60 plus. That's why they call you influencers. Oh boy. Trina Braxton. Trina Braxton, she been on some Miss Andrews shit. And she's married to a black man. It doesn't matter if they're married to a black man. It doesn't matter if they got a PhD. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they want to be on some old Mr. Every black man is Mr. from the Color Purple shit, they will. But 19-year-olds always coming out the older men in their 50s and 60s. Just check out and see back page. Man, that's a whole other world right there. That is the world of the definite decision. That's a black and white situation. No pun intended. Yeah, in all states. In all states. See, but they act like people who say stuff like that or apply that fact are, they want to go younger. And you've been seeing them posts where, people like, why do older men want to date younger women? Because they tired of y'all bullshit. Like, you got to be brutal with these people. They're asking dumbass questions. They tired of y'all bullshit. Talk about what choice this man had, and maybe he did have some better choices. Maybe he did. Maybe Trina Braxton is right in a sense. All the other convoluted bullshit, that dick policing that she threw in there. Shoot, Dr. A lot of that shit is Dr. Umar's fault because he took dick policing to a new level. I mean, said all states. What states? All states. All states. Like, come on. All the states say it's legal. Now, let me go back to a question. Would I prefer that my child bring home somebody that's 55 years old? No, I would not prefer it. I would be upset. Yes, I'll probably cuss the old ass man out. It's like, because what's going to run through my head is that it's too late. It's fucking too late. But see, here's the thing. I'm probably going to be over 56 myself by the time that happens. Shoot, that'll be an equal fight. That'll be like Goku and Vegeta minus 100. Like, get tired throwing a couple punches. Like, yeah, I need to go jogging tomorrow. And it got me thinking. Yeah, when you start to get older, you're gonna start thinking that way. Maybe Shannon Sharp figure, hey, Shannon Sharp is is a person that has taken care of himself pretty good. So, you know, I wouldn't fight Shannon Sharp. Shoot. Oh, the not very many men is at the level of Shannon Sharp at that age. Yeah. So just talking about the physical part, this dude is still in the gym. That man said that bitch married to Central Park 5 and 8. All his money went straight to her. Damn. All they care about is that the girl is white, is it black or no? Yeah, we've already established that. Yeah, we know. I mean, the child support gambit is enough evidence anyway. Shoot, so why is everybody on this high horse? I mean, $50 million is extreme. If he truly did that to you, that is a crime. Why are you not seeking? Why? I mean, and it may be because she didn't come forward with it at first, or she feels like she's within a statute of limitations, or she can just me too the man. But she talking about she want $50 million, 50 million. So that makes me think that no, you just want to pay off. The hypocrisy is off the charts. Yes, it is. Let me see if I can show y'all a really quick example. All right. I want to show y'all this. I get stuff from other social media websites. This one came from Facebook. Says, love don't judge. Family don't like that I'm a different race. I wish I'd have cropped that picture a little bit better. It said 25-year-old Leia met her 55-year-old boyfriend Danger on a dating site and instantly hit it off when they both swiped right. All right. Danger, a professional magician and photographer. Yeah, man, look, what if it was a 50? I got to do it. What if it was a 55-year-old black man that was a professional magician and photographer? Played a key role in supporting Leia behind the scenes with her spicy content and all. Oh God, she OnlyFans chick, and joins her in front of the camera. Leia has always been drawn to older men, explaining men my age sometimes don't meet the standards. Oh, okay. I need older men do because they meet those standards. What does standards right there mean? Tricking. I guess that's what Shannon Sharp tried to do, but black. Uh, On the other hand, Danger used to date older women when he was younger, but since had to shift to his preference. Oh, how convenient. He said, I found that I'm more comfortable and attract the younger women now. Oh, now? All right. Yeah. But, I'm going to be very frank with you. So if you're not used to cuss words, cover your ears. What I see is a cheap hoe. What the white guys call cheap whore. Shit, they talking about they met on a website. This shit is fucked up all the way around. Sugardaddy.com. Like, but yeah. But look at the name of the page. Love Don't Judge. Yeah, you know what that don't judge shit means. All right. Cartel, what's good? Yep, the hypocrisy. Younger dudes are smart enough to not give her money. Yeah. And pro blacks are quiet. Yes, they're gonna be quiet about shit like this, man. Them some Queen Mother God niggas. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can go back a little bit more. Forgive me. Some images. I'm not ready. There we go. All right, let's do this one right here. All right. So why do I have this up here? Yes. Although I am a fan of the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, I've been watching wrestling since I'm a kid. I was a kid. This guy right here, this guy is the son of Dusty Rhodes, former WWE champion as of this past week's WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes, and that's his wife Brandy. You know, as you can see, your eyes are not lying to you. Brandy is a black woman, and and you saying, you know, Kev, we don't care. You just said you don't care who's married who, and love. I ain't say love is love, but you say you don't care. No, I don't care. Here's what I care about though. Uh, Black social media has given him a black card. In fact, they have nicknamed him Cody Raheem Rhodes. Guys like, man, he getting some of that chocolate, man. These black folks now, and these are black dudes. He getting that chocolate. Oh, he look happy, man. He got some of that black PUSSY. And I'm not trying to disrespect his wife or anything like that. Or anything. Like I said, I don't care, but this is how some of you guys perceive this. For some reason, a white man sleeping with a black woman fashions him a black card. Me personally, I refuse to do it. And it's not because how black men get treated for dating outside the race, like Kobe Bryant, for instance. After the helicopter crash, by the way, after the helicopter crash, I don't care how you slice it. I don't think Cody Rhodes deserves a black card. You can be cool, and he can be cool and Caucasian. A lot of y'all treat Caucasians all special anyway. Cody Raheem Rhodes. Nope. No, I can't do it. But we live in a matriarchy. It's a gym. It's a reward to them. They call this an upgrade. It's an upgrade. There's a Facebook page called Black Women Deserve Nice Things. It's a photo. It's basically a post with photos of them with white men. I'm not even kidding, man. This is how these things go. You deserve to be persecuted to the highest if you're a black man that dates out. Even fooling with, and God forbid you get in trouble by a woman of a different race. God forbid. But white guy, he gets a black name. Cody Raheem Rhodes. Let's see. Hopefully I'll put this in the slideshow. Where is it? Where is it? No, I already did that one. No, I think I did that one. Come on, Kev, where? Forgive me, be patient for a second. Oh yeah, I meant to show this. People's like, I would probably have to agree with this. Don't ask me how I've seen Janice Hart's work, but I'm just saying, like, she's a very talented one. I would say that. But some of you would say, hey, tricking is tricking. Yeah, this little. I'll say one thing about these little social media dolls that they got. I haven't seen one positive one about that was black. Not yet. I've seen a positive white one. I might show that one some other time. I'm not going to try to add none to this slideshow, but yeah, kind of agree with this. Okay, we don't need to see that again. Maybe I didn't put in the slide. I thought I put in the slideshow. Damn, I want to show y'all something. Okay, I was talking about Blackish. Like I was gonna make the point of there's lots of things wrong with this image. I could point each one of them out. But yes, this is the closest Tracy Ellis Ross seems to. This is the closest you're ever gonna get to having a family. This television show right here. I bet you the last day they filmed, she cried her eyes out. Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this image right here. I ain't gonna even start with the. And I used to watch this show. I used to watch Blackish. Lawrence Fishburne. If you want to bring up her daughter, if you want to bring up his daughter, sure. Jennifer Lewis. I mean, the little girl, I forgot her name, but she's doing real good. Then you got Anthony Anderson right there. One thing I did not like about this show, the boys, like, they didn't like they were how do I put it without being we're brutally honest here. They were deficient in some of their masculinity. I'll say that. No, they weren't gay or anything like that. I don't at least I don't think so. I mean, I stopped watching the show after a while, but I don't think they handled the son dynamic very well in this show. Um, yeah. But Jennifer Lewis, during the political season last year, she had a lot to say about black men and come to find out she's one of the biggest bad witches in Hollywood, just saying. That man, look, Cortez Smith, what's good, man? Good to see all you guys, man. Shoot, I'll be gone for a while and I come back. Shit, saying Anthony Anderson wife divorced him after he got the blackish money. Oh, she divorced him anyway. Oh shit. Prime Monique fat ass was telling him to get a fat old woman. Nobody else gets shamed like that. Nobody else gets shamed like that. You're right. You are absolutely correct. Al Pacino, he got a younger woman. He just had a baby. He's like 80 years old. I think his girl is 20. Well, his wife is 20 years old. But like I said, these women can do what they want. They can do what they want, but you can't, black man. You can't. You get dragged through the mud and you get dragged through the mud if you get in trouble. That Monique clip upset me heavily. Blackish is trash. Yeah, after a while. It was a neat concept because the show was created because there was this complaint that there were no more black family television shows, with the black man, the black woman, as husband and wife with a proper family. So Blackish was just let me see, the show creator, I think his name was Kenya Barris or something like that. Yeah, yeah, and from what I understand, that he's on some bullshit. That same little feminist bullshit. Like somebody did one of his other projects. I can't think of it now, but let's see. Can't trust anyone from Baltimore anymore. Jada Pinkett, Monique Smith, Jessica. Damn, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'll disagree on this. Shannon's going to do whatever he's going to do. Yeah, he's going to do whatever he's going to do. That's what I said. I mean, based on the fact that he is a celebrity, he is a man with money or anything. Again, I'm gonna say, show me the celebrities that fuck for free. Show me those people. And like I said, if you can come up with one Mexican peso, I'll sell you that bridge in Nova Scotia. Yeah. Feminism done its job empowering black women. Yeah, I never hear that Paul Walker get shamed for going after a 14-year-old girl. He was 30 at the time. They tried to stay on him, but when he died in that crash, nobody brought it up. Yeah, yeah. Think about that one. When he died in that crash, nobody brought up the fact that right there. No one brought that up. You're still getting Kevin Samuels quote to this day. Paul Walker, nope. That's what it is, bros. Shoot. Let's see. Yeah, I thought for sure I put that slide in. Shit. Hold on. Cause I wanted to show y'all something. I mean, I don't think we need to I might just put it in a short. I'll put it in a short. I try to jazz it up as much as possible. I'll just put it to you like this. There's a face. Let me see if I can find the image so I can. Yeah, look like this guy's an MMA fighter. Let's see. Yeah, named Jackson O'Dirty. He had on his T-shirt that said "I love black pussy." His page is on Facebook. Yeah, I might put the link in the description after after the show is over with. But he wore a shirt inside a UFC event saying "I love black pussy." That post got over 100K reacts, and I mean like, and it had like 20 plus thousand comments, which I'm pretty sure somebody some woman probably in your family was on that post. There was a lot of aunties on that post. It was all kinds, man. It was a white dude. By the way, it was a white dude. So yeah, he was a white dude with tattoos. Let me see if I can pull this up. I just want to show y'all this. Let's see. All right, let's see. Because I thought I saved it. I don't have it. Yeah, there it is. It was supposed to be after that one. Hold on, babe. Thanks for your patience with me, people. Thank you for your patience with me. Let me take this out. Just one moment. Cause I want to show y'all this. This shit was crazy as fuck. Not like not like I really like, you know, just let anybody cook that want to cook. But at the same time, like I said, it's not up here. Come on, refresh. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I got the right one this time. Here it is. Boom. Got it. Jackson O'Dirty. I crossed out the name because that was one of my Facebook friends. Like I said, is had such a fun time at UFC last year. Not sure everyone loved my shirt, but I stand for what I believe in. I love black pussy. 104K reacts, 21K comments. This was the biggest post on his page. All his other posts were like 3, 4 comments, but some of them would have like 100 reacts, 500 reacts. And I tried to look to see if he had any black girls in photos on his page, and it was like none at all. None. No black girlfriend, none of that stuff. A lot of the comments were upset with him because they said, "Well, if you said I would accept it if you said I love black women." That's embarrassing. LOL. Let me address this. He said, "Here's something I agree with John Cena." Yeah, I agree with John Cena too. One thing about his heel character is he gets to say what he wants now, and then he's using his acting chops. So, yeah, that's been some pretty good material that he's been spewing. But yeah, also I had to think about this. It's like for any woman that may run across this show and be tuning into this little part right here. What if your son walked in your house with that shirt on? For real. As many aunties and big backs and these so-called soul sisters that was on that post really sweating this guy. And then to be fair, there was a lot of comments from a lot of women too, feeling like they were disrespected and you see us as a fetish and all this other shit. I mean, they were wise to it, but there was like hundreds of comments. And I ain't go through all of them. I know how these things go. I know how these things go. They'd rather be they hoe than your wife. Think about that. That's why a lot of these guys aren't going to get married to these women. I saw it right there. I'm talking about church ladies, aunties, women in their 50s and 60s. These just ain't thoughts. You know who ain't on there? Like the OnlyFans chicks. Be on them sweating this guy. But hey, your sister or cousin might have been on that post. That means he had a lot of yeah. I mean, I ain't saying he ain't never had no black pussy. All I'm saying is this: when I looked at his page, ain't no pics with no black girls, bro. None. So how much do he love them? Just love the sex part. Oh, anyway, let me see. I agree, John Cena. When he was speaking up against the crowd, and the crowd hated, yet they were praising the Undertaker. And he doesn't do fan base courtesy, LOL, but Cena does. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. But yeah, so let me clarify some things. Am I upset this guy wore this shirt? No. No, I'm not. Am I jealous that I can't wear a shirt like that and get away with it? No. Do I think I get compliments from scores of black women for wearing that shirt? No. But that's just to let you know, guys, that you're never going to get that much praise because of this shit right here. Shit like this can go viral. And this dude get mostly praised for that. That's the situation you're in at this time. You can blame the older gentleman all you want because, yeah, maybe they are to blame. Yeah, they told on themselves all over that post. They told on themselves all over that post. That shit was funny shit. I was entertained. I said, this is hilarious. I was laughing. Because, you know, the thing is, when I come up to YouTube, I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone because people will play stupid if they want. People play stupid if they want. And then, like, if you're stupid right along with them, then maybe you deserve what's happening. Black men call black women queens, and they actually like black men less. Man, let me tell you something. All the posts and all of the videos of TikTok white man in my DMs. He said I was beautiful. Yeah, I could date white me. But if you hit that DM, nigga, these old thirsty ass niggas. No, and then they'll screenshot it for everyone to see how they humiliated some black guy for being thirsty in their inbox. Yeah. It's ridiculous out here. But that's cool, man. Shoot. Some of us might get that t-shirt anyway. But let me tell you something. It really works for a white guy. It really works. Saying this, if there's a white guy that runs across this post, you wear this shirt, you can look like McLovin on Superbad. You wear this shirt, bro, it'll work. It will work. And I'm not hating, I'm congratulating. Shoot. Hell, if it's that easy, you take advantage of that shit. Shoot. You would definitely get her with this faraway look. That is say if Michelle Obama, the wife of the first black president, participating in these shenanigans, then she is very much the problem, along with Tracy Ellis Ross. And talk about toxic masculinity. I say, I guess people will expect me to come on here and say, "Oh, I'm so offended. Fuck that bitch. Ah. No, that ain't gonna happen. It's like when you hear these people talk about this, the one thing that I understand is how dumb they sound. They sound dumb as fuck. I don't have to say, oh man, they rich. They got some TV shows. That mean they smart. And I should listen now. Why you hating, Kev? You should be proud of those black people making money. Shut up. Look. I can be proud without having to co-sign with people's stupidity. Especially this with this faraway look. You keep putting pictures up on social media. She worse than Lizzo. For real. She worse than Lizzo. And Lizzo been losing that weight. And if she and what she's turning out to be, that it seems like it's going in a pretty good direction. So I commend Lizzo. You know, I know I've talked about it in the past, always getting on social media crying every 3-4 months, but hey. But I've always said if you don't like something, change it. And she's changing it. So, you know, gotta give them their flowers sometimes. You know, can't act like that. Can't just be like, oh man, this is a gender war. I can't give her a compliment. Like, nah, get credit where credit is due. Now, as far as this bitch on the screen, shoot, this is a person that I'm sure has had every chance in the world. And the world is her oyster because she's in a fucking matriarch. And when you have that coupled with a WS culture, shit, that's double trouble for you, black man. They're focusing on Shannon Sharp. A lot of people are focusing on that because of what she said, because they don't want you thinking about this. Hell, there have been several posts that popped up. Why are men comparing Shannon Sharp to Tracy Ellis Ross? Because it's the same mentality. Y'all just mad because it was a white girl. You're just mad because it was a white girl. You show it every day. Lizzo is still a bad human. Yep. Yeah. I had to remember the whole abusing her dancers thing, you know, making them put bananas in they privates and shit like that. Lizzo is basically, thanks for reminding me. I mean, the weight loss move, I commend anybody for wanting to lose weight and change their bodies if they're going to sit there and complain. But yeah, Lizzo treated her staff pretty badly. She did. In fact, it's almost as if she's a female Diddy, but you know, again, she's not going to get that kind of flack. No. Thanks for keeping me in check. Yeah, Lizzo is a bad human. Damn, the letter really lynch is real as hell. Yeah. Young and old. Now you got this thing called YN going around. You can only guess that YN means young nigga. Shoot. Yeah, because it was supposed to be young versus old, light skin versus dark skin. You know, keep the dark skin in the field, keep the light skin in the house, divide the men and the women. You know, take the toughest man, break him, break him, just like they're doing Shadir Sanders. I'm gonna talk about Shadir Sanders next show. So see, yep. Yeah, I don't think it's right what's happening to Shadir Sanders. Well, you know, I need what I need to do is hop on this legion of soft shoeing ass niggas. All of a sudden, like every time something happened to a black guy, they the first one to jump on his chest and wag the finger and shit. Like, fuck out of here, bro. You know, just like with the whole Carmelo Anthony thing. Kid was defending himself. Well, y'all say you don't have any moral compass because you say he was defending himself. Yeah, he's defending himself. Shadir Sanders should be humble. Yeah, he has such an attitude. No, he has confidence. For some reason, something's wrong with black kids, black boys, black men in particular having confidence. Shoot, but that's a whole nother discussion. Not just in America, but black culture always hates on black men, but ignores on black. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because men are how should I put it? I know a lot of people like to speak on men and speak on men in a negative way or whatever. Men are sometimes driven by their other head. I'll say that. Yeah. I mean, I've heard women say that older men are much more mature and all this other crap and they're much more experienced. And I've heard women say that guys their age, they're not mature enough for them. I think we've all heard that at one point. But when we bring it up, people, they want to take them little swipes like, the incels. People just throw out the word incel like it's just, I don't know, it's just like breathing now. Diana Ross was exposed by a white guy for being racist against black men. The black community ignored it. Because that's my first time hearing about it. I never knew that. And I'm sure it's true. Like, don't nobody care, man. Nobody, unless they only care when it's like a Candace Owens type, somebody who doesn't align politically. And then especially with Candace Owens, like, hitting up key issues or, like George Floyd. The letter of Willie Lynch was real as hell compared to Freddy Krueger, making reality into a nightmare on these black. Yeah. Sojourner Truth was racist against black men in a community, ignored it. Yeah. Those are facts. Eartha Kitt. Yeah. Yeah. Eartha Kitt. Yeah. The black men in Hollywood didn't want her, but, the white guys that she was screwing around with didn't want her either. I've been to Almost Fitness Expo. A good bit of black fitness dudes over 40 had some of the baddest girlfriends and wives, different races too. Yeah. I mean, they do say we get more valuable as we get older. I mean, unless, of course, for those men who haven't done anything with themselves, of course, that isn't true. But if you're doing well as an older black man, you probably 9.5 times out of 10 don't have any problem with women. Ida B. Wells. It wasn't but goddamn. It's crazy how we are literally the only people in the world talking about this. Yeah, man. I mean, it's hypocrisy and it's something that is shielded and protected. And like I said, when you get into these conversations, you run the risk of being called a sexist or misogynist and people, well, or even people trying to emasculate you by saying you're whining and you're crying. What these niggas whining and crying for? That's the first thing they'll say. Once they hear something they don't agree, and it comes from an emotional place. And we always say that, men are logical, women are emotional. So if the women are actually leading in mentality, then yes, that's it's very plausible to say that not only if it's a matriarchy in the black community, it is a hypocritical matriarchy because it's the rules for thee, not for me type deal. And these pussy ass niggas let it happen. Let's just go ahead and say it. A lot of black men, due to a fear of failure and rejection from the opposite sex, submitted themselves. For real, I've seen it quite a few times in my life. The mentality. I mean, I don't care if she cuss you out, snap her fingers in front of you. You always had that gaggle of niggas. Ooh, damn dog. Why you let her do you like that? It's like it's comedy to them. It's comedy. I'm not saying do it to them back. What I'm saying is there's no point to doing it to anybody in the first place. Yeah, if you don't say anything, if you don't say anything back, if you're a man and you don't say anything, even if you defend yourself, there's a lot of people in the black community that have a problem with it. Like with Carmela Anthony, you, they think the black men are just supposed to just roll over. You are society's bitch to them, and it's out of petty spite. I don't care what anyone says. When you are in a WS, when you are in a WS rural culture, when you are raised in WS, you will default to that very quickly. It's okay to treat black men any kind of way. I'm not saying that literally. I'm just stating that, from my experiences. Marcus Romero Productions. What's good? Yeah, been a long time. Yeah, I got to get back in the swing of trying to do this regular again. I had to step back for a minute. Yeah, like I said, when you've done this so many times, you start to wonder to yourself, is why is it that you're doing it? When it just seems like things are getting progressively worse for black men. Actually, we are not like I'm running from anything. I know the inevitability of the whole podcast narrative. I saw a post the other day. I hope they put tariffs on podcast. They blame everybody but themselves. And there's so many men that support that shit and they don't get credit for it. That's why I call them simps. You niggas are so fucking simple. You're not appreciated, and it's a damn shame you put all that effort up to keep the disarray. And I'm not saying it's all women. There's some women that are just running to the ground because they don't want to side with the whole entire Gloria Steinem movement. But it's pitiful out there, man. When these guys say it's best to just work on becoming the best version of yourself, then it's more productive doing that rather than explaining to a bunch of dumbasses or trying to do something like bring them to the table. Cause it's ain't studying your black ass. I just gotta put it like that. They ain't studying you. But at the same time, they hate when you talk without their permission. Other races of men are quick to put a woman in her place when she come off angry, come off crazy. Yeah. Sean Connery. Sean Connery was committed by, Sean Connery was commended by black folks. He was commended. When he said sometimes you just gotta take your hand and I guess that whole domestic discipline thing. But hey, when your boy, when the bereaved YouTuber said something about domestic discipline, but they was calling him an abuser. That's crazy. It's crazy. So, black men, not saying that you should just sit up here and just complain about it. I'm just letting you know your position in society when I do these shows. And if you choose to act like a simp or act like it's some black man's fault, I just said that yeah, it's a lot of black men's fault that we are currently in this situation. I'm not saying that y'all should have just put y'all foot down, bent all the women over your knee, and started spanking them or anything like that. Yo, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should have moved in a way that could have avoided all of this. What happened was too many ninjas wanted to be the man. Why not what? A sow receipt. Remember when Mike Rashid said a woman can't hurt him? He thought hiding in the bathroom was masculine. No, man. It like it's okay to not want to hit women. I mean, even if they hit you, nah, I'm kidding. Defend yourself. But it's okay to defend yourself. But if Mike Rashid was about that life, he would have stood there and took the beating. Yeah, ooh, I'm Mike Rashid. Bring all you got. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. You know. No, I would take that back. It is not okay for a woman to hit you. It's not okay for anyone to hit anybody. A white guy said to Diana Ross said, I don't like seeing all these black men on these posters in the studio. She was jealous of James Brown and others. I'm sorry if we do things all cool and shit, that we are pioneers, that more people want to entertain us, that people are insecure about that other groups of men are insecure about the legendary BBC to the point where they would go through hate diatribes and give a lot of you women platforms to diss us. And I didn't build this platform to diss black women. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. We've been saying that black women back then were jealous. Yeah. No, you're seeing it now. Michelle Obama, Jada Pinkett Smith. But let me get off this thing. You know, the point is, man, look, Shannon Sharp, maybe yes, he should have been smarter. Yeah. He should have been he should move more like a, you know, he should move like he doesn't want to get caught up in anything. Like any of us. But at the same time, any of us can make that mistake. And unfortunately, he is caught up in something that is ruining his life. I hate to see it. It really shouldn't happen. Shoot. But hey, shoot, the hypocrisy, you got somebody like Tracy Ellis Ross saying what she said. And like I said, it's because we live in a matriarchy. That's just what it is. We are always protecting the women. And I'm not saying that you should not protect women. But if they say they're not getting protection, they're lying. Also, black men have been warned, and I say that with quote fingers, warned time and time again not to date other races of women because they got it in for us. But that would be good, and that would be true and that would be very plausible if our own women didn't do shit. Since they want to put it that way. My personal life, hey, I'm lucky to be surrounded by good people. I am. But everybody out there ain't got it like that. And I understand that. But as black men, as a black man, I know that I'm not untouchable. When I deal with people, I try to deal with them in the most professional way possible because I know I can easily get messed up. And if a person is wrong on the other side, they're just wrong. I believe this situation is extortion. No one deserves to have their livelihoods ripped from them or extorted from them from a person trying to make a come up. No one. I don't care you're a man or a woman. Two genders. Remember that. It's wrong. What's happening to Shannon Sharp is wrong. That girl knew what she was doing. And yes, Tracy Ellis Ross is wrong. In the sense of how she's trying to frame why she's single. Who cares? Just date who you want to date. Stop making excuses. The fact that she knows that there are gullible ass fucking people that'll buy into that shit, man. So anyway, I'm done here. Thank you for the super chat support from Detroit 313. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you for participating, commenting in the live chat. Also, shout out to the replay gang. Comment replay game. I'll give you a shout out, the next show or the next video. I do have a few videos coming this week, so be on the lookout for that too. If we're going to make it work, we're going to make it work. That's just how I view making content. Again, we do live in a hypocritical matriarchy. So I'm not saying like if it's news to you, then just kind of look around. But at the same time, it's just you can't make any excuses anymore. You can't. You can't get in caught up like Shannon Sharp. You get caught up like Shannon Sharp, granted that you are a millionaire and you're thinking about, telling that OnlyFans chick how you feel. you might want to give that a second thought. Just real quick, go to a club, just get a beer at a bar and just kind of let the night do its thing. Just, you don't have to go that far, but hopefully the right thing happens and everybody is good where they're at and shit that this man doesn't have to suffer too much, but hey, he did do it, so we'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna go back and mind my own business, and I gotta wake up in 3 hours, so long live the habitual line steppers. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace out.